Hi everybody. In this video, I'm going to address an accusation that gets thrown at me every so often. It happened again recently. The accusation is that by sharing publicly the results of my testing of gun security products, I am, so they allege, helping thieves to steal guns. Here's my response. First, I am not responsible for the design defects, security vulnerabilities, manufacturing oversights that are incorporated into these devices. I don't design these things, I don't make them, I don't import them, and I don't put them on the market. What I'm doing is sharing with gun owners what the manufacturers and the importers are not sharing, and that is clear information regarding the level of security that these products provide. Personally, I think it should be law that manufacturers and importers test these products and provide clear, accurate information, but it's not required of them. So I'm doing that for you. I believe gun owners are entitled to make an informed decision as to whether or not this product or that one will meet the needs of their household. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I am no longer focused on lock security. I think focusing your attention on lock security is dishonest. I've been testing handgun safes since 2015, going on 10 years now. In that time, I have received thousands of emails from people who've had their cars broken into, their homes broken into, their safes broken into. Nobody has written to tell me that somebody picked a lock. Bad guys don't pick locks. Let me repeat, bad guys don't pick locks. So in my videos, what I try to focus on is using forced entry tactics and common household tools. And if I'm doing my job correctly, I'm going to demonstrate how little effort is needed to break into these things. Now, I should make an aside here. If you want to watch lockpicking videos, go right ahead. This will never turn into a lockpicking channel. If you want to watch that kind of thing elsewhere, go ahead. Just understand you're wasting your time. Unless you're a hobbyist lockpicker and you're trying to develop your skills and you're studying what other lockpickers are doing, you really are just wasting your time. You're not going to be any smarter or more secure for watching lockpicking videos. And I want to say something else here. There is a line of work involving experts in security who tend to focus a lot on lock security. This includes pen testers, penetration testers. These people are in the business of selling anxiety. And once they've got you anxious, then they turn around and sell you the cure for the anxiety they sold you, which is their consulting service. I'm not doing that. And I want to be honest with you. Somebody trying to break into your handgun safe or your gun safe is going to use force. Another point I need to raise here is that I cannot be held responsible for somebody else's intentions, never mind their actions. If somebody is intent upon breaking into a handgun safe or a gun safe, again, they're going to resort to forced entry. There is no way to argue that somebody attempting forced entry with common household tools will not eventually stumble upon a tactic similar to something I've demonstrated on video. There is no reasonable way to argue, but for my videos, no one would have figured out how to break into this safe or that safe. Another point I need to raise is that I've never been sued. Not one of these companies whose products I've compromised has ever tried to sue me. They can't. They don't have a lawsuit. I'm confident they've all consulted with attorneys at one time or another, and the attorney told them a couple of things. First, get that product off the market, or fix it right away, or issue a recall. Second, you can't sue this guy. Consumers are free to test the products they buy. And when it comes to your claims of security, consumers are free to test your claims and share the results online. Nothing I'm doing constitutes defamation of products and services. Now let me share just one last little bit of information. This is information you couldn't have access to unless you owned my website. I used to follow the analytics of my website, handgunsaferesearch.com, really closely. I wanted to see where people were coming from, what networks they were on. Let me give you an idea of some of the networks people are on when they visit my website. Department of Defense, Department of Justice, U.S. courts, offices of the Senate, House of Representatives, California Department of Justice, actually state governments all across the nation, police departments all across the nation. I have been investigated up one side and down the other. I know this. If authorities out there thought I posed any real danger, I would have been taken down long ago. And let me give you an idea of how closely I'm watched. Not long ago, I was playing around with trolling gun scam websites, and I was trying to see if I could get somebody to agree to do something really unlawful, shipping guns to me in a way that would be unlawful. And I spent a couple of weeks on the phone making these phone calls. I knew there was a good chance I would get somebody's attention. During this time, I took a couple of different drives to the hardware store, and in doing so, I took circuitous routes, making fast, unnecessary turns into the industrial part of town. My reason for doing this was to monitor the rear view mirror, and there they were. They didn't even try to hide the fact that they were following. That's fine. They wouldn't hide that any more than they would hide the network they were on. If authorities felt like they needed to monitor my activity, that's fine. I would expect that. The point I'm getting at is that, again, if an authority thought I was really posing a hazard, I would have been taken down. The truth is, law enforcement out there are probably every bit as ambivalent about my activity as civilians, because they are every bit as much in the dark as civilians are about these wacky products being imported out of China. They don't know either. They're waiting for me to tell them, buy this, don't buy that. So there you go. I know that my activity will be monitored for as long as I test these products. And if somebody determines I really am posing a hazard, I will be taken down. And those are my responses to the accusation. Thanks for listening.